and actions. And whenever the action has been triggered, whenever action has been triggered, then only the transformation will get executed. Until the action has not been triggered, all the transformations which you have applied will never get executed. That is one thing we have learned. And inside actions, we have so many, and inside transformations, we have so many. And we have discussed a few of them during our sessions, which are majorly used. Okay, those we have seen. And out of this, we have also discussed about the differences between repartition and collage. So we have discussed that also. And we have discussed why in transformation we have two types. One is wide and one is narrow. Why do we have? Because of shuffling the part data inside the executors. So I mean stages. Each task, each job will be divided into number of stages. So in each stage, again, the data is being partitioned, and we have number of tasks inside each stage. So this is how it goes and it revolves. Okay. And when it comes to like number of partitions and default partitions, we have learned, and how to repartition it, and what is the difference between repartition and collage we have discussed. So this is all about RDD. In RDD, we have discussed majorly. See, aggregate function, which I have discussed. That one, Bloom function, and that is transformation only. Bloom is also transformation only. And collect is all used many times because it will show us the data. But when we are dealing with less data, it is okay. But when you are dealing with huge data set, it is not feasible. Like it will collect the whole data, right? So when you are working with huge data set, it is not the correct way to collect the data. Okay, so that's what we have discussed. And we have also discussed about data frames now, correct? So in data frames also, how to create a data frame. When you are creating a RDT, you are saying SC dot parallelize off means from Spark context you are doing that. But when you're doing with when you're working with the data frames, how do you create a data frame? Spark dot create data frame of. So this is through Spark. Spark dot create data frame. And whatever the syntaxes we have written, everything is like create data frame of. Create C is small letter initially, but data frame D is capital, F is capital. So this is what we can say uh, very case sensitive when you are writing it. Even if for small letter you write uppercase, and for uppercase you write a lowercase letter, it will throw you an error. So be cautious on that one, and learn, like okay, every time when you write something, uh, uh, see the word, what you are writing. Like create, C is smaller case, and D is uppercase, F is uppercase. So observe this for each and every function which you have learned till now. It will always be the same. Get or create of. There also get, G is small letter, O is capital, R is also capital S. So this is how it differs. And these particular syntaxes are very important. Okay. And also when we are working on data frames, we have seen many things, like how many types we have to create a data frame. We have discussed, and how to convert RDT to data frame also we have discussed. And most importantly, you cannot convert a empty RDT to a data frame because there is nothing, and it will throw you an error. So that is also we have discussed. And we have inside the data frames, we have discussed row functions, few of the row functions, and column functions, few of the column functions, and mm, column functions means nothing but we have used some built-in functions uh, to be applied on columns. So that is what I meant. Okay, actually. So that one we have discussed, and we also discussed about the aggregate functions, window functions, date and timestamp functions. Okay. So these all are the built-in functions, but are segregated into these. Okay. So upon all these, what we have learned is window functions, right? So window functions are very important. In real time, we will be using them frequently. Like each and every script, when you see in real time, it will definitely have, most of the scripts will have this one of the window function, be it row number, rank, or dense rank. So it is always important to have them on your fingertips whenever someone asks you. Okay, that one we have discussed. We also discussed the aggregate functions inside the window functions, like how we can uh, use the aggregate functions in window functions also. We have and what else we have discussed? Date and timestamp. Those are same as your SQL we have discussed yesterday, right? But see, all the questions what I have given you in a Word document is all for data frames only, specifically. Don't include any SQL there, okay? Try to complete the assignment with respect to data frames only. Like whenever you want to apply a filter, whenever you are writing a condition, it should be through filter off or where dot where off. So it should be like that only. Don't convert it into a temporary view and use SQL, okay? Because the SQL assignment will differ again, okay? And in assignment, I have given you few important things like map, reduce, group by key, reduce by key. So those all from RDD I have given you. And for data frames, whatever we have discussed in last 3 days, if you have concentrated well in last 3 days, you will be able to complete the assignment without no doubt. Okay. So uh, till now we have discussed this one, and we also discussed about optimizing the joins using broadcast. In optimization of joins, we have discussed a few techniques, out of which broadcasting is one, which we have seen practically. Correct. So, what can anyone tell me? What is broadcasting? Like, you can resemble this with one of the RDD operations. So, what is it? Okay, problem. So, broadcasting means whenever you take a data set, if you say it as broadcast, then what it will do, it will keep it in cache so that you can utilize the data, whatever you have taken in broadcast, you can utilize it. And time efficiency cost is also being reduced in that case, because every time you don't need to go to memory. So remember all these points, okay? Just whenever you refer to the notebooks which we usually do, what you can do means you can just take a point, like see when whatever we have discussed for each of that, write a point on that one so that you will never miss any of the functions which we have discussed till now. Okay. And this particular assignment is also important. I hope you can do it. So let's start the today's session. So today's session is all about the SQL only. So how you the you might be working on Oracle or MySQL or Microsoft SQL Server, whatever that is a on-premises. And now you are going to work something which is on cloud. But we have chosen Azure as our cloud provider. Okay. See, same things you will be having in AWS also. Okay, but only thing is the UI maybe little bit different and the syntax is maybe little bit different only. For example, whenever you write something in SQL, select star from table one, limit 5 you will write here. But in Microsoft SQL Server, we will write like select top 10 star from table one. So see, it is the same SQL only. Little bit of syntaxes are being different. And just try to catch up on those things. Okay. I think from today onwards, my class will be easy because you all know SQL and everyone are comfortable in SQL, right? So see, I'm sharing my screen, right? Okay. So today we are going to discuss about Spark SQL, right? So what is this Spark SQL and how this is different with what we have learned already? Okay. Most of the things will not get deferred. Okay. See, whenever you create a notebook, it has by default taken Python for all of them. But when you choose here, if we have see notebook default, it is Python. But you already have SQL, Scala, and R. So when you select SQL and you are working on Spark frames, data frames, right? Sorry, Spark framework, right? So that's why this is Spark SQL. And remember one thing that few of the things may not work the same way which is expected, like on premises. Means in your native databases, few are there. I mean, during the course, in further class, you will be able to understand the differences, what all we differed. Okay. So, uh, before going to this one, in real time, now, why we usually use this SQL, Spark, everything? Why we use this? Means we have already discussed the use cases. This is to process the big data. We need a consistent compute engine which can process the huge data. Not only huge data, which comes with high velocity. Means data come, data will come and come every moment. It will come and it will come with a huge data. So and also it have diversity of the formats, data formats we have. So apart from these three, we also have the consistency, like integrity of the data, means to which it is accurate. Like Amazon is collecting the data, Flipkart is collecting the data, whatever it is, Mintra, whatever nowadays everything is digitalized. So whatever it is collecting the data. So when they are collecting the data, they should be like, okay, we are taking the correct data or not. Means each and every person. Now I'm operating on this laptop. You on your own laptops. So everyone of you have your IP, correct IP address. So based on that one, they will track and see everything will be in encrypted mode only. You couldn't decrypt and you cannot understand it. But yeah, when it comes to you, means for us who are working on this Databricks or SQL, you will be getting the data which is in readable format. That is the first thing, okay? And we are using this in ETL. So what do we mean by ETL? Can anyone in the class tell me what is ETL?
Extract, transform,
Uh, yeah, extract, transform.
load.
The last one I couldn't hear you. What you said?
Load.
Load, yeah. So extract, transform, and load. So extracting the data, transforming the data into whatever logic we want. We will be applying all the transformation logics, everything, and loading the data again. So in real time, how it goes means extracting the data from different sources. See, today you are working on Azure, right? So in Azure, you will be having storage account and data lake, delta lake. So many are there. But you might be also taking the data from external resources also. So it is up to the company who chooses to keep the data where it should reside. Okay. Uh, so you will be working on multiple data sources. We will first extract the data from data source, and then we will be extracting the data, and we will be transforming the data. So let's say you have something, the date format. Okay, the date format which you are expecting is like see, here we have 8/8/2024. But the date format which you want is like 2024, month 08 and date 08. So it should be like that. So transforming according to your need is what it is. Okay. And you will be transforming all the things and loading the data again. See, you will be taking the data from different data sources, right? Ultimately you will be loading the data to again back to that because um, upstream downstream you will be learning about these when you are in real time means upstream means the people who will send data to you will be your upstream, and you will be sending the transformed logics you will be applying, and you will be sending this data to downstream people. So they will consume again and they will do their own whatever they want. So this is how it usually works. Okay, again when you're sending, you will be sending to any one of the storage account or data lake or delta lake, whatever it is, based on the data and exercise. We will be also storing the data in on-premises databases and also the cloud databases also. Okay, so this is how it usually goes. Okay, after loading the data, see, we have. Okay, let's not go in depth of that one now. So you understand, right? What is extract, transform, and load? Why do we do this? Now that we are into this one, Spark SQL, extract means how you can extract the data. It's a simple logic. Extracting the data means you need to select the data. Select start from table will show you the data. So selecting the data. Transform. Transform means filtering the data, whatever you want is what the transformations are. loading the data. By the end of your query, you will again load the data into a table. So that is what loading the data. Means after applying all the logics, you will take that particular data and you'll load it to the another database or whatever it is. Load the data to any other table or a delta table or whatever it is. So that is what it is. Now that we are here in this Spark SQL. So in SQL, how many do we have? How many SQL commands, types of SQL commands we have? Like DDL, those I'm asking. Types of commands. I'm
Or
expecting more people to unmute
DDL,
and
DML,
correct. DDL, DML,
ECL and DCL.
DQL.
correct. DQL, TCL and DCL. Yes, right. Thank you. So you all are aware of all these, right? So we will be discussing on few of them. Just like see, whatever you have learned in your class during your sessions is bit different to what you learned today. Okay, means the syntaxes will not vary, but so in Python, whenever you write anything, when you want to comment something, you are using this hash. But in SQL, when you want to comment something, you will be using this hyphen. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I want to show. And one more thing is we have DDL, DML, and DQL. So in Spark SQL, we'll be learning about this one. So see, this DCL and TCL are like DCL. In DCL, what commands do we have? We have grant and revoke. In TCL, we'll be having transaction query language. No? So what we have commit, rollback, save point, all this. But in our Spark SQL, those things are not required for us to learn. But what we will be learning is data definition language, data manipulation language, and data query language. So this is about select. And data manipulation language. So here you will be discussing about insert, update, delete. And in data definition language, we'll be creating tables of there. So all this we'll be discussing today. And you all know, right, the difference between drop, truncate, and delete. Anyone can tell me what is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete? This is your definitely asked question when it comes to SQL. Okay, if you don't know all these three, at least one you should answer. What is meant by drop? What is meant by delete? What is meant by truncate?
Drop removes database completely, man. Table completely.
Correct.
Our truncate removes the data and pressure in the structure of the table.
Good. And we are left with delete. Anyone can answer. Delete.
Selective delete of particular fields. using
Kartikeya, you are not audible actually. I couldn't hear you.
deleting some of the selected rows in the table using where command.
Using where condition will be deleting the data. Yes. So yes, that's true. So whenever you work on delete now, it will delete only the rows which are, uh, I mean, upon filter condition, it will work. When it comes to drop, it will drop the complete table. And when it comes to truncate, it will preserve the schema and delete the rows of the table. So you all are well versed with all these, right? So see, the syntax is also the same way you will be creating the tables in Spark SQL. Like, let me create one and show you. Whenever you write something, just keep this percentage SQL so that it will be able to understand that this is a SQL commands we are going to use now. Okay, so let me create one table. Okay, before creating a table, we need to have a database, right? So by default, you can check in catalog. You have default one database and the one which this is the one which I have created. But by default, you will be having one database that is default. You can create one, like create database, and you can create like employee. This is the database I'm going to create now. Hmm. See, I have created one, right? I'll show you in catalog. See now, the employee database has also been created here. So this is how it is using the database. Let me drop it. Drop database. Ah, wait. I want to show you one more thing. See, here I have given as E as capital, no? E as capital. But here when you see in catalog, E as small. So by default, whatever you have given, even if it is in uppercase, even if it is in lowercase, it will consider the lowercase only in Databricks. Okay, clear everyone? So it has been deleted. It has been deleted. So creating a database and dropping the database. But see, whenever you write something, this dropping the database, to do this one, you need to have some permissions. See, creating that, dropping the database. Uh, these are the permissions which you don't have usually. Means, see, now I'm working on this community version of Databricks. But let's say if you are working on Azure Databricks, on the Databricks, everyone will be having the access control. Okay, I will show you that one today. So see, whenever I opened portal, this is how the portal will look like in Azure portal. So Azure Databricks, I have created one Azure Databricks. Okay, here. So this is a free trial, no? So here, so many are not getting supported, but still, I will show you few things. Access control. So whenever I show you the access control here, view my access. will give you what level of service administrator. I have access of administrator directly, but see, you will not be having all the accesses. Okay, role assignments. See, I'm trying to add a role assignment. Okay, I will just show you how many are there. See, this is for Databricks particularly. I'm showing you reader access is there. Let's not worry about all these particularly app compliance automation administrator. These all are not required. But see, reader access and you have contributor access, monitoring reader for each and everything. Uh, Based on your role, you will be getting the accesses inside your organization. Okay. No one will give you administrator access. Okay. And the things which we are working here is upon the administrator access. Means you can create it, you can delete it, but usually it is not possible to drop a database because you will be working with real-time data. How? Why will they give us those permissions to drop the things? It will erase huge data. Think from that perspective, okay? We will not be using that one majorly, but as per the syllabus, uh, I'm going, right? That's why I'm explaining you all this, okay? So creating that, we have created a database employee and dropped it. But yeah, now using the database, I'll be creating a table. So first, you need to use the database. Databricks training. I have created it. Okay. I'm using this. I'm creating a table. Create table. This is same as your SQL. If you could understand this one. Create table. Let's say um, data underscore employee. Okay. I'm creating this. Opening the parenthesis and closing it. Uh, Inside this one, EMP. See, whatever you are writing here, if you're inside the table, whatever the one EMP is differed from capital EMP means uh, this is considered as one column and this is also considered as one column. So make sure that this is very case sensitive. So make sure that whenever you write something, remember it. Means so far as let's go with only one case, be it upper or lower. Okay, I choose the lower case, and you can choose of your own upper or lower. But every time you retrieve the data from this particular table, it should be in smaller, either in smaller or capital. It should be okay. These are the few points you need to remember. EMPID. Now that we have given the column name, what we are going to give, we need to give the data type of the column. EMP name as what we can take tracker. Okay. So like this, you can create one from your end. Gender, for gender, I'm giving varchar again. Oh. Okay. Location, employee ID, name, gender, location, and manager ID. Manager ID could be of integer. manager M I have given as capital. It will again throw me few errors. Department. And the salary. Let me take big int. So see, we have so many like whatever the data types which are being supported in our SQL, here also it will be supporting the same. Let me execute and show you. I have used this particular database. Then it will create it inside this Databricks training. Okay, to show you the catalog every time, I'm just duplicating the things. Okay. Data employee. See, this has been created. If you don't use anything, no, it will go into the default one. Means if I'm just removing it and I'm showing you this one. Uh, okay, but now it has taken as this, but usually it will throw an error saying, sorry, it will create one inside the default one. Okay. So in default also do we have, right? We have created this one. So let me drop a table. So creating is same as how we create in our native SQL. It is the same query, right? Everyone can understand, right? This is nothing that is different. When you work on Spark SQL, it is same, but few limitations are there which will be going on. You will be understanding what are those limitations. Just remember that one, and then you are good with the Spark SQL. Okay. See, I have showed you this one. Na? I will also show you PySpark, how you can initialize SQL using PySpark also. I will show you. Okay. Like df is equal to, in Python only, I'm showing you. Df is equals to spark dot SQL of. I'm opening this one, and inside this one, it should be with the triple quotes. You need to write it in triple quotes. Now I'm using drop, okay? Drop table EMP. Drop table and table. So this is what I'm going to do here. Now let me execute it, okay? Since see, when you are writing in Python, na, you will be assigning it to one variable. Every time you write something, it will take as it as a data frame only, because you are taking it as spark.sql. And see here in Databricks training, the EMP table has been deleted. So this is what you can think of. But there is one more thing. You need to specify the database also. Means Databricks training.emp. Then at that moment, it will remove the EMP table from this particular database. Okay. For now, you have only one database. Think from a perspective where you have four databases. And when you write only EMP, from which it should pick, it will never know, right? So that's why make a habit of, whenever you select something or you write something, means insert into, when you are using those, make sure that you always give the database name along with the table name. Okay. This is the one major thing you need to remember. Okay. Whenever you want to write SQL code in PySpark, you can use spark.sql of. Inside this one, you can do this. Okay. And you can utilize the Spark SQL using this magic commands. Okay. Clear, right, everyone? So this is how you can create table. And apart from this, these two, we have one more. See, uh, this particular table, create table, and this one, we already discussed, right? In DBF, we have Databricks datasets and Databricks results. We have few what few folders which are hidden, but when we use those, it can be accessible. Correct. So here these are being created here in this database, but if the data is not in a table format, if it is not in same table, how you can take the data, be it CSV or JSON, whatever it is, you will be reading it. DF read data. How you will read the data? Spark dot read dot CSV of. Let me pick one and take it. Side data, side input. Maybe this data samples I'm taking. Just copy paste it here and remove this first one, DBFS. What is meant by DBFS?
Databricks file system.
Correct. Databricks file storage. So DBFS means that one. So we will be removing that particular one and reading it. See, if you read it, it will be creating a data frame. But df read data dot create or replace of replace them view of data frames sample. Okay, if you have used this particular thing, then what it will do, it will create a temporary view for this one and you can utilize the same thing. That's what we have discussed, right? Has no attribute create or replace temporary view. So it has created this one. Now that I can utilize this now. Okay, this is what we have given, right? So this is what it is. But see, when you are working on this one here, uh, you are creating a tables, right? But when you are creating a temporary views, you really not require any database here because these are temporary views, not the real tables. So that is the small difference between the database tables and this temporary views. Okay, remember this one. Okay, you have taken this one now. We have in DDL we have create, drop, alter, and truncate. So truncate will remove all the data, right? So without inserting how I can truncate, I'll show you later on that one. Alter table name and whatever you have whatever you want to alter, you can do it as is. table Databricks training dot which we have created now is employee. See, when you don't know what is residing inside this one, what you can do is describe table Databricks training dot emp. Okay, it will give you the schema. Let me execute and show. Cannot be found. Oh, okay, I removed it, right? See, whatever the schema that is residing, it will show you everything. What is the column name and what is the data type? Everything will come up here. When you are using data frames, you will be writing print schema of to see what is the schema of the data frame. But in SQL, you will be writing describe table and table to get the schema of the table. Okay. Now, after time altering this employee, let me rename to what I can do in this case. Let me add a new column. Okay, alter table name, add columns. Add columns. Marital status and it should what data type you want to give it for that one. So this is what I want to give. Marital status is already existing. The root. Okay. So let me give something different. The name. See, marital status is already there. That's what it is. Okay, so let me execute this particular one again and show you. See, the last one it has been added. Let me drop the same thing because I have given a wrong name. Every time you use it with respect to your database name. Okay, drop columns. Okay. Drop column is not supported for your delta table. Okay. See, this is one limitation which we have seen today. Drop column is not supported for delta table. To make it drop, we need to enable the column mapping. So this is one of the limitations which we have seen today. And going forward, you will be seeing many more limitations inside the database. Okay. Now we have seen DDL dropping the database is okay, but dropping the columns is not possible because we need to enable few settings to do the things. So this is what we have seen today, and we will be moving to the next one, that is DML. So in data manipulation language, what do we have? Insert, update, and delete. So we have created a table, right? So let me insert the data into the particular one. It is not coming up. So let me use this one. Whenever you let me do it through PySpark also, so that you will be able to understand. Spark dot SQL of. But here, the only thing which is not possible is the built-in functions will not show up here. Data. Training dot data. Okay. So for this table, I'm going to insert. So I will be inserting insert into body values. I have taken employee ID, name, gender, location, and manager. Let me do one thing.
ఏం చేస్తున్నారు పడుకుంటున్నారు
క్లాస్ వన్
నైట్ టైం క్లాస్
Sorry, I couldn't understand what you're saying. 408.
అది కాదు
Describe table name. Training dot data underscore. Okay. So values we will be giving as employee ID, employee name. Employee name. Gender will be male. Location. Manager ID. Department. Sales. Salary is 5,000. Let me insert this one particular report and see how it is work here. Okay, okay. I have taken percentage skill, that's why it is throwing me error. So when I say now select star from one record will be inserted. So you can insert a number of records, whatever you want. Okay. Today I will insert few of them. I'm just going through all these because you already know all of them, right? That's why you just need to understand what are the limitations we have and we do this. So that is what the main important thing. Just focus on that one. I'll be sharing you this particular notebook anyways. Don't worry. Okay. Of writing all this. Just creating some temporary data for our all operations. Just okay. Mirror at the end. Bracket. I'm trying to insert the data and now I'm showing you the data. See, RAM has been inserted twice because I haven't deleted the first row when I'm second seeing it for the second time. Okay, so insert, delete, and update. These are the commands we have in this, right? So update whatever you whenever you have a requirement to update few of the things like update the name of let's say update the name of Ram. I mean update the name where employee ID is one to something. It will just update to some whatever you want you. It will update it. Set EMP name is equal to let's say of the where condition where EMP ID equal to 4. Okay. Let me execute this one. Number of rows affected every time it is showing us. Let me execute the same. This is before, and after it will be updating the name from Sita to Janaki. So update statement, this is the same thing which whatever you use in your SQL. Okay. And delete. Delete also works the same way. Delete from Databricks training dot data underscore employee, where EMP ID is equal to 1. See, the employee ID with 1 we have to, so that's why here it is showing 2 rows have been affected. Now that when you see when you execute the same query now, it will give you the different output now. Only 4 records we have. So this is what it is. And we already discussed on these things. So the last one is the select query. You all know selecting from few records to many records. You have all the things in your hands. You can play with this select query. So this is the basic one, which is equal to your SQL, what you have learned. But see, dropping the column is not supported for the delta table. Whenever you create something, this is in turn be a delta table inside the Databricks. Whatever you are creating, these are the delta tables. Okay. So that is not supported here. It is saying. Now, the second one today we are going to discuss is about the constraints. So remember these constraints. Constraints are very little bit important for us because in constraints you will not be having any constraints in our Databricks SQL, like Spark SQL. In Spark SQL, you will not be having anything. Means what constraints we have in SQL, basically, tell me. Come on, everyone, unmute yourself and tell me what are the constraints we have in our SQL.
Integrity constraint.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you properly. Anyone in the class?
Primary,
Primary key, foreign key.
primary
Correct.
key, not null,
Unique, not null, default.
Correct.
Foreign key,
Primary key, foreign key, default, unique, not null, all these constraints we have in our SQL, but in Spark SQL, we don't have, it will not support those constraints. Let me show you, like using one of the syntax. So let me show you what it will throw you. So just creating one more table. This time, employee ID as a primary key. I'm just taking and gender as okay, primary key I have taken. So let me create it and show you what it is. Table constraints are only supported in Unity catalog, but not in Spark SQL. See, Unity catalog is a separate one. We will be discussing it in our further classes. But for now, think like these constraints are not being supported in Spark SQL. Only two things are supported in this one. The one is not null and the other is check. These two constraints are only being supported here and remaining are not being supported in Spark SQL. What? Not null and what? Check. So only these two are being. Let me create one and two for these two and I'm using the database. See, when you are writing two commands inside one cell, use this one. If not, it is not at all required. Okay. Create table. Not null. Salary as ticket. Okay. I'm creating this one using delta. So this is one of the syntax for creating your uh, tables inside the delta tables inside the Spark Databricks. Okay. In, I have created that particular one using delta, but there will not be any problem even if you are not using this using delta. Okay. Please select star from data, bricks training water data for EMP. Actually, I have not inserted, so that's why query return no results. So this is what it is. When I refresh this also, I have used using delta, but there is nothing that is making difference here. Okay, data EMP. As the other tables have been created, this was also created, but this is one of the syntax for creating it. When you use primary key, it is not being supported, but this not null and check. Only these two constraints are being supported here. So clear everyone? Kartikeya, do you have any doubts? If not, you can mute yourself. Okay. So we have discussed about today we have discussed about these things like what is DML, DDL, and DQL. Same like our SQL, we have everything here. But when it comes to constraints, it is not the same thing. So in constraints, it is all the constraints are not being supported, and only two. One is check, and other is not none. Only these two are being supported in delta tables of Databricks. Okay. So, see, uh, we have seen all these till now, right? Let me show you one thing. See, I'm going to compute here and This is the cluster which is running currently. Okay. If I go to job compute, there is nothing here. If I click on my cluster, it will be having the configuration details, like what I have been using and what it is and this one. So notebooks, if I show you, the two are there, but now the status is idle. But when I have run something, it will show us something. I think that has been completed by any chance. Okay. So in this portal now, if you see libraries here, see this, I'm explaining you about the computer section of this one, and I will show you how you can check logs of the one which has been completed and all today. Okay. So configuration, you have seen notebooks, how many notebooks are attached to this particular cluster. You have seen that one, and the libraries. So the libraries are like you are working on Java, it will be a different library. And when you are working with a Python, you need a different library. So this library section, you will when you are actually into the real time. Like in Python, you will be having the wheel file. In Java, you will be having the jar file. So it will differ definitely based on the language. Here, if you see install new, it will ask you, see here, sorry, workspace file path S3 py Maven DBFS. So what from where you want to get the source, it is asking. And see here the event log. Driver is healthy and compute is running. Compute creation has been requested by me. This is the event log. So whenever you need some checks, how you can do means related to your cluster, you can come and check here. Okay. And now I'm going to show you something which is important for you. Going further, are you, I So see, in Spark UI, you have jobs, stages, storage, environment, executors, and these all are there, right? So this is what it is. Means when the executor driver has been added, when it has been removed, it will be shown and the jobs succeeded, failed, and running. So these all are the statuses of that one. Okay. And here, if you see inside the job, the last one which I have executed is select star from Databricks training dot. So whenever you want to check logs, you can come here and check it. Like, see, this is the job ID 145, 144, 143. So these are the job IDs. And here, if you see in the description, you will be getting the things like what is the query you have executed and all. Okay. Let me show you one more thing. See here in Spark.SQL, I have inserted few data. So whenever you try to open any one of the job here, so this is the job. Wait, let me one step back once. Let me open the recent one only to show you. See, this is the time and these are the executions. Blue means it has been succeeded. If anything is failed, it will come as failure only, red only. But let me fail something and show you. else I couldn't show you, I believe. Okay, let me show you this one. This particular job. So to execute this job, it has only one thing, tasks succeeded in total, 1 out of 1. Okay, whenever you execute something, it will show up like this, and it will also show you. See here, when I clicked on that one, it has given DAG visualization. I have told you about this one. What is DAG? Directed acyclic graph visualization. It has given me. So it is not going. See, scan the Parquet hack metastore dot means you will able to accommodate to this language going forward. But now just see what it has done. I I have executed only select star from table only. So it has a file scan RDD, map partitions RDD, and the whole stage code gen. It is collecting the result and then showing up the same. So each and everything, whatever you execute, you will be having a tag visualization. See, I'm executing just one thing, that is select star from this. But think from a perspective where you have two data sources, three data sources, or whatever it is, and you are utilizing them and working on them and throwing a result. At that moment, at that moment, whenever a job has been failed, so you can come to this DAG visualization and you can check like, okay, this is the DAG visualization, and what happened at each and every stage. You can see it. And also here it is success and all. See, this is the host. This is my IP address. It is showing. Executor ID is driver. Locality level is process local. Just think from one perspective, like I'm working on driver node only for now. Because I'm working on the Databricks community version. But whenever you launch it and whenever you Azure Databricks, whenever you work, you will be having two types. One is single node, you will work on single node, and you will be working on multiple. The single node is feasible for data sets and all. When you have huge data set, you will be working on multiple nodes. So what it will do is you need to set up how many nodes minimum, how many. So based on the job, sorry, based on the data you are processing, what it will do, it will show you like how many nodes are being utilized. After once that is utilized, it will come back to the normal stage. Okay. I have not created any cluster. That's why it is not. See here, you will be having the option to create a multi-node or a single node. If I click on single node, if I click on multi-node, see, if I click on multi-node, it is asking the worker type and minimum workers and maximum workers. So this is how you can specify how many workers you need, and it is not required. If it is a single one, it will definitely not ask. And here if you see terminate after 120 minutes of inactivity, they say set to default in community version. It will definitely get deactivated after 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Okay. So that is in community version. But in Azure Databricks, you have option like how many minutes after it should terminate, like that. Okay, so runtime is always the same, be it a multi-node or a single node. Runtime version, whatever you want to take, you can take. See, Scala version and Spark version. Based upon the versions which you use here, like 3.5 Spark and Scala is 2.12, and this is 3.5.0, 4.1, 3.4.1, 3.3.2. So based on this one, few packages will be upgraded. Means, see, mm, for suppose in one version, see, this is just an example. This is not the real time one. I'm giving you just an example. In one of the, let's say you are using this particular one, okay, 3.3.2 of Spark. Okay, Spark is little bit old version. So few of the built-in packages may not be available there. But when you are working with the newer one, 3.5.0, then uh, new built-in functions might have included during that one, and you will be able to access that one. So this is how it will work actually. Based on the version also, it will differ. Okay. So here if you see 2 to 8 workers and see the memory it is being assigned is 32 to 128 GB of memory. So isn't it not enough to process a big file of 128 GB? It is, right? If you work on means if only one file is being processed, if one job is being processed, which is having huge data, 128 GB is good enough, right? So that's what. And here, how many cores it is utilizing? 8 cores to 32 cores. So, but now in our community version, we only have 2 cores maybe. So based on this one, the partitions will be differed. Driver memory is 16 GB only and 4. So one driver and multiple workers. So this is how it will work. For each one, it is different. Memory is different and cores are different. Runtime, which you will be choosing. Okay. So standard or whatever it is. And the tags. See, tags in real time are very helpful because so many projects will be there. So many teams will be there for each and every cluster. Who is creating each cluster? Each team will use one cluster. So they will say team and team name and I mean team name Vishnu College, something like that. They will assign something like that. Okay. This is one which I want to show you. And one more thing is, we have seen the stages, right? Try to visualize this one when you are working with the huge, means big scripts. Going forward, we will be working with the big scripts, you know. At that time, visualize them. You will understand, okay? If you have multiple data sources, these will be, this will be increased and it will show us, okay? Storage. Let's go to the storage one now. Hmm. See here, read from the external file system. So this is what it has. See, something you could see here. What it is? RDDs. So RDDs, it is showing the data for RDD. But remember one thing. This particular thing, RDD, you will work very less when you are working in real time. Okay. Environment will show you all the things, whatever you have taken. Like this is completely used when you are working with the DevOps. Okay, to deploy any application, this is helpful. Java and Java version, what it is installed here. Scala, which version. So everything, environment details will be here. runtime information, Spark properties, resource profiles. See here, Hadoop properties, system properties, class path entries, build properties. So all the environment information will be here. Now it comes to executors. So see how many executors are there currently? Only one is in active, and total three RDD blocks, three cores. How many? 8 cores. Completed tasks 326. So each and every job, whatever you are executing, whenever you execute it, you could identify it. You could see each and everything background from here, and see executor ID is driver. Why it is driver here? Because I'm using single node one. So it is driver only in community edition. You cannot see which worker it is or whatever it is. And this is my IP address, status, RDD blocks. Currently how many I have. Storage memory is just 3.9 GB and this KB. Disk used. See this disk used, all this will come whenever you run something and come here and check it. You will be able to see it. Okay. SQL and data frame. So here all the completed queries things will be here. See the time at which I have submitted this one. This time zone is with respect to US, no, global time zone, I believe. So that's why this differ with our time zone. Okay. If you click on details, it will show you how backend, how it is being executed. Before J dot client server connection. Everything, whatever you have written backend, it does all these to give you a single answer. So this is what you can see here. These all are completed queries. Anyways, see, this is columnar to row 2. This is again a kind of DAG only. So it is showing you how you have done scanning the file and then retrieving the data and showing it to us. So that is what. This is JDBC and ODBC server. No need to worry on this one. Structured streaming. So stream whenever you work on structured streaming, then only you will be able to understand this particular one. So for now, in this portal, whatever I have showed you today will be see, whenever you run something, it will come here and it will execute here. Now that let me fail something and I will show you how it will execute. Okay. It will definitely fail because I don't have table. Ideally, it should show up. Please. Why it is not showing? I tested it before this one. It is working actually, but okay, this is saying analysis exception. Maybe it should fail with any error, maybe that at that moment it may show you. Okay. I will come with any scenario, failed case, which will show up here, okay, tomorrow. For now, remember this particular things, okay? And running will show you in green to track the particular jobs, like how much. See, in real time, you will be having many work notebooks. So you will be scheduling all of them one after the other at what time you want it will be scheduled. At that moment, how many are running, how many are about to close the things, everything you can check from this particular thing. That's why I have shown you all this. Okay. So clear everyone? You can just check whenever you write a query, execute it, check if it is listing it here or not, and check the DAG whether how it is analyzing, like how it is creating DAG for each and every job. You can just go through this and check this one. Okay. Driver logs. This is not, see, whatever errors we are having, it is just logging it here. That's all. Now, standard error, whatever it is. Okay. Metrics is not open for me. Apps, web terminal and R Studio server. So these are the two things we have. And Spark Compute UI Master. It is also the same thing. And Spark UI is also showing the same thing, and Spark UI Master is also showing the same thing. Whenever you create a cluster, then only these executors will get added. Unless you don't create it, it will not get added. So based on the time what you have, when you have created, it will start. Okay. Clear everyone? See here. Now, before explaining you all this, here you could see two notebooks. One is session 8 and this one. So both were being attached. Since I have not used it and closed it, and it's been almost more than 2 hours, I have used it. So it has been vanished away now. So this is how it is. Whenever this cluster is being attached to any specific notebook, then only you will be able to see this one. Okay. This is the Databricks environment information. Today I have showed you only this particular compute information only, but see, you have workflows. Actually, this is not open in community version, but this workflows will show you how many are scheduled and which are running. Those information you will be seeing here. In catalog, you will be seeing the databases and the tables. Tables, when you refer here, you should refer as delta tables. Okay. TBFS means the file storage system, which was given by the Databricks. Search, you can search here with any keyword. And it will show you whatever, see, whatever I have written here, that particular word is present in all this. That's what it is trying to tell me. Okay. Recent will definitely show you which notebook you have executed. Workspace will always show you what workspace users and what are the folders inside it. And see here machine learning experiments. Since it is a Databricks community edition, you could see only these two. But in our Azure original one, see machine learning, data engineering, SQL will also be there. But now it is not there. But the one which I'm using currently in my project will definitely have SQL also here. Okay. So in machine learning, here you could see many. Here you could see only experiments because this is not the updated version. So that is the difference. Don't worry on the environment which you are using, but definitely you will be able to understand each and everything when you are in real time. But for now, I have showed you this thing because whenever you work with big queries, whenever you get an error, you will be able to now check the things in logs, how to check the things in logs and how the DAG has been created. And using DAG also, you can identify at which step, means if you're using cross join, which is not a optimized thing, but it is taking more time. The job is taking more time. How you can visualize things and how you can identify that one using tags and all these logs. Okay, try to correlate this with your real time. Then you will be able to understand. For now, we are working with very less data, so definitely you may not see much differences. Like small tags will be created and all, but yeah, when you are working with huge data sets and all, you will definitely see the difference. Yeah. Yeah, so from tomorrow onwards, I will be giving you assignments only because you all are good at SQL, and it will be easy for you also to work on Spark SQL because it is more or less the same thing. So yeah. Any doubts till now? Okay, I'll take this as no. Sir, we can stop the recording.
Yeah, recording stop.